All right, so this will be an assembly video of the drill kit for the Action Army AAP-01. So laid out here on my mat, I have all the pieces that come with the kit that are going to be over here. So you basically have your receiver shroud. It is a shroud. It is not a receiver replacement. And I have like the barrel and all the other mumbo jumbo that goes with that kit, right? Here are the three pieces from your stock gun that you are going to need for this installation. So you have your receiver fully stripped down. We don't want to have any of the extra pieces in there, right? Except for the threads that are back there. Leave those in, please. We also have your whole bolt assembly, and we have the barrel. If you don't know how to get these out of your gun, please watch one of my previous videos. The video code is T002, and that is the basic disassembly of the upper, and basically gets you all these pieces out of the gun, right? So, the first step we are going to do today is we are going to put our hop-up chamber and inner barrel into the drill bit, right? So to do that, it's going to work the same way that any of the other barrels work that I've installed previously on this channel. So you're going to put that guy in there. And again, these barrels come with O-rings, so it's going to be a nice fit in there. And once you get it lined up there, make sure that hole is perfectly aligned. You're going to install the side screws, all right? So I'm just going to shift this stuff a little bit out of the way, just so I have some working space here. You're going to use your stock screws for this, all right? So you're going to grab those. That goes on there. And these are going to be the 1.5 millimeter hex. I hate those screws, but those are the ones that this is going to be using. So you're going to screw this on there. Should go in super duper easy because this is a plastic barrel, so it's going to have a little bit of give. So it'll basically readjust itself if you don't have stuff going in straight. Now we're going to do the other side. Just get the screws in all the way. We want them to be flush. The receiver is not going to like it if they are not flush or close to flush. You don't want to crank down too much because you don't want to break the plastic. This plastic is not super durable polymer, so you want to be a little bit careful with it. All right, so now we're going to put it into the receiver. So the way that I do this is I turn it kind of 90 degrees sideways, and I wiggle it into place. It does go in. Sometimes it's just a little bit stubborn, but it will go in to get everything all lined up perfectly. And I might actually need to crank down on those screws a little bit. So it would actually help if I had it on the correct direction, right? So don't make my mistake. Make sure that this big hole is pointing upwards, right? And you're gonna have the small hole pointing downwards. Get a little bit disoriented there because I'm used to the stock barrels and the way that those work. But you're gonna get this guy in, and it will push into place. It just looks like it's wanting to be a little bit stubborn with me. I'm actually going to go ahead and crank down on these screws a little bit more. So we're going to turn a little bit more. We still want to be careful because we don't want to ruin this kit. This is a fairly expensive kit, so still want to be a little bit careful. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and get this guy on. Hopefully now it'll be a little bit easier. And it is not being very friendly with me. Let's see if there's anything that I'm doing wrong. Right, I am back. So, basically, I just needed a little bit more leverage. I couldn't get the leverage I needed while I was in front of the camera, so I kind of took it out behind the camera. I got it on there good, and now it's on there. All right. So now that it's on there, we can go ahead and put the screws into those two holes there. All right. So we're gonna grab the stock screws that we took out earlier. So they're going to be the longer 2mm hex screws, and we're just going to pop those in. All right. So you grab your 2mm hex, you screw that guy on there. It's going to go in nice and easy. And this is going to be very, very secure in there. The barrel is a very, very tight fit, and these screws are basically, at this point, with the way that how tight this is, the screws are kind of like a secondary attachment point. It's very, very good in there. So now that we have that, we are going to put on the receiver shroud. So that's the blue piece over here. Yours might be a different color depending on which kit you get. You can get many different kits for whatever your favorite brand is. My kit here is a Makita kit, but I know they make like DeWalt and Milwaukee and Hilti, a few other kits. But basically, you just need to slide this on, and it's going to slide all the way on. You want to try not to scratch your drill bit here. This is plastic, and it is painted plastic. So you want to try not to scratch that, or else you're going to lose your chrome. And you want to line it up perfectly. So I'm having a little bit, there we go. So get it on there so it's perfectly lined up. Oop. Get it perfectly lined up, and then you push it on all the way till it lines up, and it's going to line up here at the back. So you're wanting to see a perfectly straight vertical line right there. And looking at my camera, it looks like this is super duper blue, but in person it is the same exact blue as the Makita drill. So colors might be off. That's just the way that cameras are. But yeah, so now we got the receiver shroud on the gun. So now we're going to go, the next step, we're going to start putting in this screw back here. So this is going to be one of the included screws. This screw is going to be one of the longer, sorry, it'll be the 2mm screw, and it goes up top. Again, it's right there like that. And you're going to put that guy into the gun, and it's going to go on very nice. This is going to be the only hard attachment point from the barrel shroud to, from the receiver shroud to the actual receiver itself. But it is a very tight fit, so it doesn't need much more. It's not going to need any more than this screw to keep it in place. So that is in there now. So we are good there. I am actually going to install the bolts now, just to get that out of the way. So we're going to put that guy in there, so it just slides straight in perfectly, super easy there. You're going to drop your rear iron sight in, so it just goes right there in the back, and then you're going to throw the screws in there again. So they're going to be the screws that were included with the stock gun, and you're going to do the 2mm Allen wrench, and you're going to line those up, and you're going to get that guy screwed in there. So we're about halfway done with the kit now. It's starting to look like a drill. Not exactly yet, but you can definitely tell where it's going at this point, if you couldn't previously. But we're going to get this screw in. And now that guy's in there. Good there. Make sure that everything's all working good in there, and it seems like it's all working good in there. So we're good there. So the next step is going to be to insert the larger guy here. Before we do that, though, we are going to put this silver kind of looks like a little cup holding a ball bearing that goes right inside of that hole up there. All right, so we're gonna press that down, and that's gonna be like a cool feature for this. This thing is supposed to be able to spin when it's on there, and that's gonna that piece there is gonna be what kind of makes it click. So we're gonna slide this on like that. So now we got that guy on there. The next step, we're going to put the metal ring onto the gun. So this is the only piece of metal that's included with this gun. All the other pieces are plastic. This guy is going to be the tightest fit. You want to be very careful with this because this is all painted, so this can come off easily. So I'm actually going to really quickly grab some lube. I'm going to lube it on the inside. Hopefully we can get this on without scratching anything, but it is definitely going to be a possibility, unfortunately, with just the way that this thing is made. So I'm going to get some lube in there. Not really going to matter that much. I'm going to get it all lubed up in there. I'm going to hope that this will allow us to get this on there without scratching anything. So I'm going to go on very slowly. I saw one shaving, but it does not look like a lot of damage, so we are good there. So I definitely recommend that. The previous kit I installed, I scratched it up just a hair. This time it looks like I did a really good job there. I only have that minor scratch. That's just the only part you need to be wary of here. All right. Then we're going to throw on this guy, right? So this guy is going to thread onto the threads back there. It's going to slide on again and just goes on. Threads are going to be normal threads. They're not going to be airsoft threads, which throws me off because I am very much used to normal thread, or used to airsoft threads, so I'm always doing that. But you can see here that it is clicking into place, which is super cool. Very nice feature for this gun. It's got that whole kind of just a very fun element there. All right, so we are basically done with the upper. The only thing left is going to be to install the Makita label here, and that goes right on there into this kind of blank spot here. It will look super nice on there. This does need to be super glued in, so you're gonna have to super glue that in on yours. I'm not gonna do that today just because I don't want to deal with super glue right now, but you just super glue it in. Make sure you don't get any that's leaking out of the gun. So very light super gluage, but you're good there. So I'm just gonna let that fall out, set that off to the side. I'll put that back on just to show you at the end what the final product's gonna look like. But there we have that part. All right, so we're gonna set that off to the side. Let me just move some stuff out of the way. I want to keep that a little bit in frame. So let me just organize stuff a little bit. I like to be organized. I'm going to go grab the magazine that comes with the gun. So just 1 second. The magazine that comes with the gun, just the standard AAP magazine. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the base pad. So we're just going to pull up on this, and that's going to slide off like that. And this piece, you will no longer need this piece with this gun. It doesn't use this, all right? So we're going to set that off way to the side, and we're going to set the magazine itself down. We're going to grab the big base pad. It is hollow, as you can see here. Everything on this gun is going to be hollow injection molded plastic except for that one metal ring that we just installed a few moments ago. So this guy, just kind of put the two halves together. They kind of click into place, and then you're going to put your screws through. So they're going to be the screws that they included. These are going to be 2.5 millimeter, I believe. Let me double check. I think, yeah, they're going to be 2.5 millimeter screws. You just screw them in, nothing special here. Try not to over tighten these, because there's always a possibility of you cracking the plastic, because these holes are not pre-tapped. So basically when you're screwing the screw in, you are tapping it at the same time. So just be careful. Don't crank down too hard, and it's not going to need to be cranked down too hard anyways. Alright, so we got the two back ones in. Now we're going to go up here to the front. So we're going to screw that guy in. And this is the last screw. And the kit does come with some redundant screws, so you can use the stock screws or the included screws for some of the parts. So that's why I have those two extra screws over there. I just use the stock ones. They're the same exact thing. And I had to take them out anyways. So I normally just use the ones that come with the gun, if that's an option. Now, I have that on there. The only thing left is going to be to install the little name labels on there. These, again, will need to be super glued onto the gun. I am not going to super glue these on in this video. I just don't want to deal with super glue under the camera, but basically you want to very carefully super glue these on. You don't want to use a whole bunch of super glue, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of it seeping out, making a mess. And at the same time, when super glue dries, generally it is going to change color a little bit, and it's going to stand out. You're going to be able to tell. So I'm going to grab this guy. I'm just going to show you what it looks like with this on. So with this on, it's going to look like that. And when you super glue it, you want to press it in there. It's going to kind of click in just a little bit, but it does not click in enough to keep it on there without super glue. But that's what the base pad's going to look like with the branding on there. So we're going to take that off, and now we're going to grab our magazine. This magazine, to fill this magazine up, once you have this installed, you're going to have to take the magazine off of the base pad every single time. Putting it on is super easy. You just pull up just a hair on your the bottom of the follower here. You pull up a little bit and just slide it in, and it's going to lock into place, and it's on there good. It's not going anywhere. All right, and then that's basically the magazine without the labels. We are going to put the whole gun together now. So I'm going to set this stuff to the side again, just a hair. You want to be careful, don't mess up your labels, because they are, again, just going to be painted on. It is three-dimensional, but the white part is painted onto the three-dimensional lettering, so you can still scratch that. We're going to grab the lower receiver here, and we're going to grab the upper, and we're going to put it onto the gun. And it goes on there. It's going to look super nice. Yours probably is not going to have this tan. I recommend doing a black gun, full black, so black upper and black lower. It's going to make the gun look nicer. Just the tan's going to stand out a little bit. I just only had a two-tone gun available, or an all-tan gun, and I decided to go with the two-tone just because it would look a little bit nicer with the black grip. I'm going to throw the magazine into the gun, and I'm going to set aside this label, because I'm going to put these two on just so you can see what it looks like fully assembled. So you're going to put your little pistol magazine label on there, and your receiver label up there. It's going to look super nice. So that's what that guy looks like. It's very, very meme softy, super nice looking. Again, on camera, the blue might look like a dark blue, but this is the same exact blue as Makita drill, as the real Makita drill. All right, so there's that video for you. I hope you enjoyed. I have a full review of the kit in the previous video. The previous video is on a different list than all my tech videos. So the previous video has a video code of R001, and that's going to be on a separate playlist, and that's going to be all my review videos. All right. So go check that out if you want a review video. If you're thinking about buying this and don't know if you want to do it for sure, go check that video out. And yeah, that's gonna be about it for today. So have a nice day. I will see you guys in the future. Lots of videos planned out for the future. Should be one video releasing every single day. All right. Have a nice day.